Alright, so I'm going to start a Let's Play for a good buddy of mine. Show him how the game's done. So here we get to pick from a few different time zones. We have 769 AD, 867 AD, so on and so forth. And it doesn't really matter where you start. It's just depending on what the other nations around look like and who's ruling them at the time. So if you kind of like want to play in more of a tribal time area zone thing, you want to play in the early Middle Ages, and then late Middle Ages, everything is pretty much all the way, everything is all leveled up to the max. So we'll just start in the high Middle Ages, which is usually the middle ground. So doesn't really matter. All right, and here's now where we want to go ahead and find out exactly where we want to rule. I'm not entirely sure where I want to rule. All I know is that I want to be feudal. That means you're like a king. Nomadic, obviously, they're nomads, and tribal, they don't really have a king, they're a chief. Ikta is kind of like feudal in a sense where they have one person ruling it. But it's slightly different based off of what bonuses they have and everything. So we won't do Ikta. We want to do feudal, and I don't really care for India, so I'm going to avoid India. Think in order to explain everything without struggling, I'm going to start up here in the UK. That's where I'm best at anyway. We could start somewhere in the Holy Roman Empire or France and kind of take over France, but I don't really feel like doing that. Could try in Spain. I want to be Catholic as well. You want to deal with the Pope and all of that. You can still play as pretty much every religion, but Catholics are easier for me to explain everything. So we'll start as a Catholic in Ireland. They are feudal in Ireland at the moment. So we'll just choose one of these counties. So it shows you at the top right here who is actually in control of this province. Right here is where I want to start, I think. Let's pick a place where we can actually pronounce. Like Sildara. Sildara is not bad. How about Dublin? Dublin. That sounds good. So here you are. We're going to go ahead and make you. It's going to be the funnest part. Don't mind me. This isn't your hairstyle. That's more like you. Give him a nice beard. Nah, you don't have a beard. You don't have a beard. Okay, this isn't going to be very accurate anatomically. You don't have puffy cheeks like that. You got like closest thing to you would be that probably. You don't have green eyes like that. And here is where you pick your coat of arms. This is going to show your flag, essentially for your dynasty. Everybody who is born in your dynasty, you're going to be the first person in this dynasty, but everybody who's born to your dynasty will have this flag as a type of, symbol of who you are. So we'll go ahead and find out which one we like here. This one looks pretty simple. We'll go ahead and put something on there like a black eagle. That's pretty sweet. This is, of course, going to be Joshua. And in Ireland, all the counts that are Irish have this wa in front of it. That means born of or last name. So basically born of or of Earl. And here's where we choose the traits. Now I have a mod that makes it so I can put as many traits on there without increasing the age of the ruler. This number would usually indicate the age that would, increase on this age 16 here. So for example, if I were to choose something like quick or genius, the age would go up a lot further just to kind of draw back from adding those types of traits, because you don't want your guy to be all powerful. In this case, I'm going to make him exactly like you. So that's the mod I'm using. I would think that you'd be a tough soldier. Not necessarily skilled, you'd be tough, a good soldier. And let's think here. You're not necessarily lunatic or depressed. I wouldn't say you're depressed. Hope not, anyway. And you're not a drunk. Homosexual? I mean, that's iffy at times. Sometimes I think you are. But, we won't put it on there. Attractive, huh? I wouldn't say you're ugly or attractive. I wouldn't say you're quick, brighter than most, or a genius. You're like, well, you're brighter than most. You're quick. You're a quick guy. Let's see, what else do we have? Lustful? Oh yeah, just based off of what you say. You eat food a lot. And you like food. Charitable, slothful, greedy. I wouldn't say you're greedy, and I wouldn't say you're charitable neither. Diligent? You've been sitting on your ass for quite some time. I don't think so. I'd say you're kind. And humble. See, trusting. I'm not entirely sure if you're trusting. You trust me? You might trust me, but you don't trust everyone. Brave. Nah, you're pussy. Ambitious, gregarious, honest. You're not a liar. Patient, definitely patient. Got the patience. So here we'll just add a few more traits, just because I'm gonna go ahead and make sure you got good martial, not the best martial ability. That martial ability is your ability to lead troops. You know what? These are all fine, actually. This is your ability to manage money, so I don't know about that. Well, this looks like you, Joshua Wa Earl. Wa Earl? This looks like a good picture of who you are. So let's hit finish and play. So these are all the game rules you can play with. Everything is pretty much the way that I want them. So we won't have to worry about that. There's just, information here for, events that happen, or, supernatural stuff, and, basically everything that you see here is what it does. So we'll go ahead and start the game. Alright, we are playing as a Irish Catholic Earl. That's just a coincidence. Your name is Joshua of Dublin. You are the Earl of Dublin. So here you are. This is the province that we picked, and if you ever get lost or don't know where you are, the easiest way to find out where you are is to click this little button right here, and it'll bring you right to your province. And trust me, it happens. You forget where you are. But yeah, that's where I'm going to leave it for now. There's a bunch of stuff that popped up. We'll go ahead and go into detail with every single one of those, but that's about it.